Weakness? Weakness? I don't think I have any weakness. Well, I'm smart, I'm funny, I'm a great team leader, I work well with others, I'm prompt, I'm focused, I pay attention to detail, I'm grounded, I really appreciate hard work, I'm never late, I can work weekends, I'm motivated, and on and on and on. Honestly, I love my sleep, and there are times when I find it's hard to get up and get to work on time, which means that I tend to drive so fast to work that I have 20 speeding tickets from my last job, which, when you think about it, is pretty funny but expensive, and I think that's my biggest weakness. I'm a leader with proven results, which means it's my way or the highway. I'm a total workaholic. If I work on a project, I'm gonna make sure to stick with it until the very end. One of the most stressful parts might be when a recruiter asks you to tell them about your strengths and weaknesses. You're bound to hear, what would you say is one of your weaknesses? Or, what is your greatest strength? Or both in virtually every hiring process you'll ever go through. While that may be frustrating, it also means that you can anticipate the questions and craft thoughtful answers that will impress the interviewer. In other words, with just a little bit of preparation, you can master the art of selling your strengths and talking about your weaknesses without undermining your candidacy. And I'm here to help you with just that. So hit that subscribe button, press the post notification icon, and let's get started. First things first, don't try to reveal too much. While it is important that you be honest about your weaknesses, there are a few traits that are not appropriate or beneficial to be mentioned in a job interview. These include tardiness, poor attention to detail, and an inability to meet deadlines. In case these are your weaknesses, it is important you find ways to work on them, but try to stay away from them during an interview. An effective step here is to use the job description to frame your answer. Your strengths and your weaknesses should reflect the requirements of the role. Ensure that you highlight your skills that are listed in the job description and explain how you will gain or improve critical skills for the job that you lack. Second word of advice here is to tell a story. Anytime you have a real life example or a concrete example, it's a good idea to share it. We humans understand concepts and situations better with a story. So if you can tell a story that supports your thesis, then it's always helpful. Talk about a time your strength helped you achieve something in a professional setting or when your weakness impaired you. For example, if you're talking about how you're calm under pressure in a fast-paced environment, you might tell the interviewer about that time you delivered a new client proposal after a last-minute change of plans. If you're admitting that your weakness is presenting in front of high-level executives, you might start by briefly describing the time you got nervous while presenting your plan and you weren't able to effectively convey your approach, hence your boss had to step in and help get the plan approved. Not only will sharing a real-life example make your answer stand out, but it will also make it sound thoughtful and honest and highlight all those other characteristics that interviewers are actually looking for, leading us to a third point and advice. An answer that's genuine and includes a story is a great start, but it's not complete until you add a third advice, and that is insight. This goes for both strengths and weaknesses, but looks a little different in each case. When you're talking about your strength, the last beat of your answer should tie whatever skill you've been discussing to the role and company you're applying for. Tell the interviewer how your strength would be useful at their company. So going back to the new client proposal example, you might add, since things move quickly at your company, this would allow me to come in and earn my team's confidence and foster a trusting team culture while also ensuring we are all hitting our goals and delivering high quality work. In the case of a weakness, tell them how you've grown from it, or what you've done to accommodate that weakness, or what you've learned from your weakness. Showcase your growth trajectory, your learning curve, what you have done as a result of the awareness of that weakness. It gives the interviewer an idea that if I hire this person and they are here at my company, this is the kind of growth or problem solving that I can expect from them. You don't have to devote half of the interview to these answers. You can keep your response relatively brief and focus on one strength and weakness depending on how the question was phrased. Think quality, not quantity. Don't dive in and rattle off. Instead, narrow it down and explain that one particular thing. Also, while you want to prepare and do your best, try not to stress too much. Don't panic. I've never known an employment decision to come down to how you answer this particular question. It's just one data point connected with a whole bunch of other ones. So don't give it too much weight. With that being said, let me share some quick examples with you. I would say my greatest strength is my ability to pick things up very quickly. I'm a fast learner and very keen to acquire new skills. This has meant that I've always been very willing to take on extra responsibilities as I see it as an opportunity to learn more. Throughout university, I've taken on many additional roles, including becoming a mentor, writing weekly articles for the university newspaper, as well as volunteering to help at various open days and events held on campus. I'd be excited to bring that same approach to your company, where everything is new and constantly growing. I believe your company would benefit from my quick learning skills. I tend to get caught up in little details which can distract me from the ultimate goal. When I was a junior web designer at my previous company, I was asked to revamp our size guide and make it more fun and visually interesting. Unfortunately, I became so fixated on finding the perfect font that I missed the deadline. These days, I break each project down into mini tasks, each with their own deadline. If I spend too long on an individual thing, I set it aside and move on to the next one. Usually by the time I come back to the imperfect piece, I can be more objective about whether or not it needs more work. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope that helps you answering the tell me about your strength and weakness question. Don't forget to drop a like and comments below. And until next time, goodbye.